Okay guys, so I just thought I'd show this on camera because we're mining our first obsidian now, which is kind of a big Minecraft milestone. I mean, it's kind of a necessity to go into the end and beating the Ender Dragon. At least it used to be. But then they implemented villager trading so that you could just get Eyes of Ender that way without having to go to the Nether. So yeah. And also you can just make a portal with lava molding, so you really don't have to mine obsidian to go to the Nether, beat and then get the Eyes of Ender, go to the end, beat the Ender Dragon. But I don't know, it's still kind of cool. So, and you do need to do it to get an enchantment table going. And let's just cover this up for now. Okay, back to work. Alright guys, so while digging out the area around the Skelly dungeon, I ran into some obsidian. So I think it is time that we get our enchantment table. Let's see, what else do I need? Okay. Oh yes, I need a book. That's right. Oh crap, I do not have any sugarcane. I didn't bring it over from my old base. Do have the leather though, that's good. I'm just gonna head over to my farm and grab some because I planted some sugar cane over there. Alright, let's see. Oh yes, sugar cane's back here. Where did I put the fence gate? Where did I put the fence gate? Here it is. Now I have not been breeding cows, so I will not really be able to make any bookcases. So I'll only be able to do really low level enchantments. But because we have the anvil, maybe we'll be able to combine some of the enchantments that we, items that we enchant to make better ones. So should be cool. Alright, let's head back to the base. Alright. So, since it's thundering and lightning, I think I'm going to take this time to ask you guys a question. Has anyone watching this ever been, ooh, lag. Has anyone watching this ever been struck by lightning? And if so, what happened? I'm just curious, because it's never happened to me, so I don't know, I just kind of... Oh, right, we need the book first. So yeah, if you've ever been struck by lightning or know of someone who has, in Minecraft I mean, although I guess if you know someone who was struck by lightning in real life, you could share that. Oh, geez, forgot to make the book. Yeah, just tell me about it. Alright, let's see. So we have our enchantment table. Alright. Now an update, and I think they updated this fairly recently. I mean, I don't think it was always this way. They made the enchantability of iron tools significantly higher. They significantly buffed it. I believe iron used to be slightly below diamond, but efficiency 2. Efficiency 2. So now if we put these on the anvil, ooh, only 5 experience, we could combine these into an efficiency 3 pickaxe, see? So yeah, I think I'll be doing that. But yeah, and I mean, I don't remember it always being like this, but I guess they did that. So if you're low on, if you're trying to get something like Silk Touch, and you don't have much experience to spare, go enchant those iron pickaxes. You might get something. Alright guys, so here we are. And as you can see, I have encased the spawner in blocks of dirt. And I did that just to illustrate something. All of these dirt blocks, this box of dirt blocks represents all of the blocks where the spawner can spawn skeletons. And skeletons will spawn on top of any of these blocks. I know that they can also spawn even if we remove all of those, they'd spawn where these blocks are, so they can spawn in midair. And when it comes time for the spawner to spawn, it will randomly pick a point. And for the horizontal coordinates, you know, the x and z, the random number that it generates does not have to be an integer. So it could pick a point, say, right here. So that means that when we build the cage around it, we need to leave a gap of 1 block between the walls of the cage and this dirt box, so that we can maximize the spawning. Because if we built the cage right up against this dirt box, and random number generator chose a point out here when it came time to spawn, then this skeleton, his feet would be partially inside the wall, and therefore that spawn would fail. And we don't want the spawns to fail. We want them all to succeed. And I forgot to get the materials that I was going to build this thing out of. Curses! Oh well, just run back and get it. Alright guys, so to start off, I'm just going to build a little cage around this spawner. Alright, so let's see. I'm going to start with the corners of the cage, and I'm going to make this cage out of iron blocks, just because I like the way they look. I need to take out some here, just so we have room for it. Now the highest skeletons can spawn, they can spawn with their feet on the top of this dirt box that I've made, and that is as high as they can go. So we need to have the roof of this cage be 2 above, to be right up here, so that they have room to spawn. So it needs to go out here, and as you can see, it is 1 away from the dirt box, so that we can get absolutely maximum spawning here. Alright guys, so I have this cage mostly finished, and I put these pumpkins in the walls here so that no mobs would be spawning while I'm trying to work. And so now I am pretty confident that no creepers can come in and blow this thing up, so I'm going to remove all of this dirt, and then I will, I'll leave a little hole here, and then I will remove the water shield. And hopefully no skeletons will spawn because of the pumpkins here. I think they are close enough to it to keep the skeletons from spawning. I don't know, there might be some areas that aren't covered, though. Eventually what I'm going to do is go up here and do some redstone and rig up some lava lighting that I can turn on and off. And I need a bucket. Crafting table. Because I would like to be able to shut this thing on and off. Alright. Alright, let's Alright, so a skeleton spawned and he's wandering around down there, so I guess I do need a couple torches in here. Well, you know what, I'll just put one on top of the spawner, and then when I'm ready for this thing to Alright guys, so I got rid of the dirt, and a couple skeletons did spawn, and they should be wandering around down here. Well, I guess they climbed up. They're the same ones that I just fought off camera. But yeah, it's very difficult to prevent at least a couple mobs from sometimes spawning while you're working on the thing. I guess that's why there aren't any creeper dungeons. I don't know, I've always kind of wished that there were. I mean, they could do stuff like make a creeper spawner have a higher blast resistance so creepers couldn't blow it up. I don't know, I think it'd be kind of cool. Maybe I'm just sadistic. Alright, let's put some of this junk away, and then we shall work on the water streams. Alright guys, so now what we have to do is set up a water system to transport the skeletons to the area where we want to collect them. Now, to get the spawner to keep producing skeletons, we need to as quickly as possible, transport the skeletons at least 5 blocks below the spawner. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So need to come down to here. And then they will be outside the region where a mob cap is taken. God, I wish I had silk touch. Ah, well, whatever. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a glass floor, and again, this room down here is going to be dark, and you're going to be able to watch the skeleton spawning. And then up top is going to be where you go to, you know, collect them and whatnot. And it'll be light, and the specifics of how the skeleton spawner works will be kind of hidden. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm going on about. Something about encapsulation. But anyway, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, so we want to take the skeletons over this way because this is where I'm going to have the collection area be. And so we're going to make a glass floor here. And then water streams are going to push the skeletons to the middle where they will drop down. And more water streams will carry them away. We'll carry them to a water elevator that will lift them up, and then they'll take them to the collection chamber. Oh, let's get rid of this here. I'll do the rest of this off camera. Oh, I'm almost done. Alright, so I completed this glass floor. So now what we have to do is add in some water streams. But before we do that, I'm going to put in a bunch of signs so that the water does not flow into the middle and cause all sorts of problems there. So yeah, we're just going to line up the signs like this, and the water streams will hit the signs and stop, and the skeletons will be pushed down through the middle there. So yeah, it should be cool. Alright, let's see. So luckily, it's pretty easy to fill all this water in with just 2 buckets of water, because when you place 2 blocks of water one away from each other like that, you get an infinite water source. So yeah, just fill it in like this. Kind of like we're doing with the iron golem farm, except not quite as much water. So the skeletons will spawn, they'll fall down into the water without taking any fall damage because, of course, they're in water. And then, and again, I'm making all this out of glass just so that we'll be able to see. Ooh, better put some light here so... yeah, he's going this way. This is the way we wanted to send him. Alright, so I was digging out a section of the room for the collection area to be, and look what I found! Redstone! Yay! And lava, so we're gonna have to get rid of that before we can mine our redstone. I guess the diamonds if you're really into that sort of thing, although I think they're kind of overrated. Alright, let's see. Is it safe to... Aw, only 1 piece of redstone? I was hoping for more. No, I guess we get diamonds. Alright, so the collection area is going to be here. it's going to look kind of like this. The skeletons will drop down here, and I'll have a piston right here that will crush them for just the right amount of time with, and then we'll just switch to something that's not a tool or a weapon. Punch them repeatedly, they'll die in one hit, and we'll get their bones, arrows, and experience. And then the next time a skeleton thinks it's going to use our own fence against us, we'll shoot it in the balls with its own arrows. So, yeah, it should be pretty cool. Alright, okay, so this is where I'm going to bring the skeletons up. I'm going to bring them up this is going to be a water elevator here. Water stream will carry them, drop them right in here, and then we'll be able to crush them, or use some other damaging method to get them down to a one-hit kill. And then we'll collect their experience and loot and stuff, so it should be good. So let's see, where is this? -17, 1127. Okay, so I need to dig up at that point, and alright, so let's do that. Alright guys, so I lied. So the point I want the water elevator to come up at is -16, 1127. So yeah, I had to move this whole thing over, which was annoying and involved breaking a lot of glass, but whatever. I guess that just means I'll have to mine some more sand, which isn't a big deal. Okay, so I need to extend this water elevator over, and I fear that that's going to mean digging upwards through obsidian that possibly has a lot of lava on it. So I think I'm going to go ahead, and since this is my last diamond pickaxe, I'm going to go ahead and make a couple iron ones, just so that I don't have to, just so that it's, so that I can save the diamond pickaxe for obsidian. Alright, so let's see, F3. Alright, so we need to dig. Yeah, alright, okay. What am I gonna do about all this that? Ah! Okay, there. That's good. I may end up just Alright. Let's see. What are we going to do? Let's start by getting rid of this obsidian here, since it's kind of in the way. Whew. Alright guys, so there's a whole bunch of lava in the way. So I found it easiest just to pick it up with buckets rather than having to turn it into obsidian, and then let's get rid of you and then mine it. So yeah, got a whole lot of lava. Let's see. Alright guys, so I went ahead and made a water stream and water elevator system, very much like the one that we used to move all those villagers. And you have to understand, skeletons, hostile mobs basically act the same as passive mobs like villagers when it comes to water. They are not strong enough to fight the current, so they'll be pushed along by the water streams. And if their head is pushed in, or any part of them is pushed into water, they will try to swim up. So when they get pushed into that block of water, they swim up, then they drop down in here, and here we'll have a piston or maybe a lava dispenser contraption or something. Just something to weaken them just the right amount so that they are a one-hit kill, and then we hit them with like our fist or a torch or something. Just something that won't wear out because we don't need a weapon because we only have half a heart of health. And then we collect all their bones, arrows, and experience, and yeah, it'll be pretty cool. So let's see, I think I'm going to go off camera and decide what sort of crushing mechanism I'm going to use. And then when I get back, we will do that. We'll build the crusher system. Let's see. I feel like I'm not lighting something up and it's going to come back to bite me in the butt. Torch. Alright guys, so it is time to make the crusher mechanism for our skeleton experience farm. So let's see, I have a bunch of supplies with me. I've got some smooth stone to make stone brick and maybe some repeaters. Got some redstone. I got several pickaxes that I was able to enchant with low-level enchantments because of experience I got while smelting stuff. Oh, and yeah, and I got 2 sticky pistons, so let's get those ready. So, like with the iron golems, to crush skeletons, for them to take suffocation damage, we need to push a block into their head. And let's see, I think I'm actually going to go with a stone brick block to crush the skeletons with, just so that we can sort of see, just so that you can sort of tell which block it is it's crushing. So we're going to have a stone brick here, and then let's see if I can do this. Then we put a sticky piston here. And when we activate it, which we will do with a lever, and I'm just going to sort of make a little outline with iron blocks here just to make this thing look a little nicer. Let's see, do I have a lever on me? No, I don't. We'll make one. Oh, I already had sticks. Silly me. We'll need a few levers, so I'll just whip those up now. Let's see where. So we'll just have a lever right here. When you activate it, piston will crush the skeletons and they'll take suffocation damage. And then to make sure that you don't kill them, you'll just, each time they sort of make their loud clicking noise that they do when they take damage, you just count out 19 of those and then you quickly stop crushing them and they'll have half a heart left. And that'll be good. But there is one other thing that we need to do. We need to have a way of cutting off the skeletons from streaming in, and we'll be using another sticky piston for that. The reason you need to do that is that if after you're done crushing them, other skeletons drop in while you're still trying to kill the ones that are already in there, then you'll be wasting hits on skeletons with full health, and you'll have to hit each of the full health skeletons like 20 times, and it'll just take forever. So we definitely want to make sure that no skeletons can come in until we're done killing the ones that we've already crushed. So the way we'll do that is with another sticky piston, and it will be, I think I'm going to cut off the supply right here, because if I were to cut it off like up top, it would, oh yeah, and I covered the floor with half slabs so that I could have it dark down here, but also keep mobs from spawning, because for reasons known only to Notch, Jeb, and Dinnerbone, let's see, mobs cannot spawn on half slabs. So I think I'm just going to put a sticky piston right here. Oop, I ran into the same problem while making the villager loader thing. So let's see. Let's see, can I do this? No, I can't quite reach it. Ah, there we go. Cool. So now what we have to do is somehow, and this is going to be the first time that we do some really, we really get into the whole redstone wiring thing. We need to wire this piston, and I need to get rid of this full block here, because mobs would be able to spawn on those. See, there's the half slab. You know what, I'm just going to light this area here up right now. I think this torch is far enough away so that it won't hurt the spawning rates too much. So yeah, we want to have the lever to cut off the skeleton supply up there, so you don't have to run down here every time you want to crush a batch of skeletons. So to do that, we're gonna let's just cut a hole up here. All right, we're gonna need to run the redstone up. So let's see. I think we'll have a block right here that the redstone will be on. And let's see, how am I gonna do? Yeah. So the redstone will power the block that it's sitting on. And let's see here. And unfortunately, redstone can only go up one block at a time, so you can't like click it on the wall here and bring it up that way. I mean, it kind of looks like you should be able to do that, but you can't. And so that's unfortunate, but whatever. You just have to... Alright, so we want to have, since our crusher lever is on this side here, we want to have the lever that's used to turn off the, cut off the skeletons. We want to have it on this side, so I think we're going to want to have the redstone come up back here. And whenever doing redstone, I always like to replace the blocks that, whenever I'm digging through the ground and having redstone go like through the ground, I always like to replace the blocks with ones that are obviously ones that I've placed, because otherwise if I were at a later point digging through there, I might not realize that there's redstone wiring on top of a block and dig it out and then wreck the wiring. So that's why I always use stone brick, because it doesn't occur naturally. Well, okay, it does. It occurs in strongholds, but I think I'd know about it if there is a stronghold under my house, okay? So let's see. We want the wiring to come up through here. Alright guys, so I finally decided how I'm going to connect this lever to the piston down there. And I also decided that I'm going to use snow blocks to place the redstone on, simply so that if I encounter a snow block, I'll know that there's redstone on top of it. I mean, unless like the whole thing is made of snow, in which case I'd probably be using something else for redstone. But yeah, and I did that after accidentally mining out one of these blocks here and having to replace a sign in the water elevator. So, alright, I think we are ready to wire this thing up. And before I wire it, because I think it's going to end up going, this redstone wire is going to end up being longer than 15 blocks, what I'm going to do is make some repeaters, which you have to have if you need to send a redstone signal more than 15 blocks. So I think I'll make just one repeater for now. Oh, to make a repeater you gotta have a redstone torch. So let's see, a couple of them actually. Got 2 redstone torches. You put like this, and then you put a redstone dust there, and there's a repeater. Alright, so we'll send the redstone here, and let's just check to make absolutely sure it works. Yep. Wire turns on when we hit this lever. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Alright, and we put that here. Okay, let's see if this works. Yep, hear that? Piston fired. Alright, cool. And I will, of course, cover all this up so that the crusher thing looks nice and slick later on. And replacing most of the floor with stone brick. Or maybe I'll do something else. I don't know. But whatever it is, it'll look good. Yeah, I like the way these iron blocks look. It makes it look kind of, I don't know, sort of high-tech skeleton killing machine. So we have our crusher. That works. We have this. That works. And I'm going to go... I'm going to go test this water elevator just one more time, because as I said, I did have an accident with it, and I just want to make absolutely certain that the skeletons won't get stuck. Double check this. Alright, and this pushes a glass block, so that will not damage any skeletons that get caught in it, but it will stop any more skeletons from going up the water elevator into our crusher until we are ready for it. And I believe that because that water trench is low enough, the skeletons will be, ooh, lag, will be outside the zone where the mob cap census is taken. So more skeletons will keep spawning as we're killing the ones that are in there. Alright guys, so when I knock out all of these jack-o'-lanterns, and then I'll climb up there and get rid of the torch that's on top of the spawner. When I do that, this thing will be activated. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go up here and do the one first. Probably put on some cool music while I do it in high speed. Alright, let's do this. Alright guys, this thing should be activated now. Let's go downstairs and watch him spawn. Oops, I forgot to open the thing to allow them to come on up. It's cool. So now we'll be able to actually get enough experience to enchant things quite often. Let's see. Oh, they're coming. Hi, Mr. Skeleton. Here they come. Here they come. So cool. So, this efficiency 2 pick is almost broken, and it'll cost me 10 experience to combine it with this unbreaking one. And, yeah, I should be able to get that pretty easily with this thing now. Alright, let's do this. Okay, so we have to count out 19 yelps from them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Alright, and so now these should be a one-hit kill. Oops. So I think one problem that occurred is that because this, because I shut them off so close to where they spawn, there was one already in the like the water elevator. So yeah. All right, let's do this anvil thing. Alrighty. So unbreaking will make it last, I believe 25 or 33% longer or something like that. And yeah, it should be cool. So I think that while I wait for more to accumulate there, I'm just going to make this area a little bit nicer. And I'm going to do some enchanting. And then next episode, we're going to start a cow farm so that I can actually get a proper enchantment table going and hopefully get some silk touch or something. That'd be really cool. Two are dueling each other in there. That is so awesome. Alright guys, so I've just sort of been neatening up this area. I'm going to make it into a really nice room, probably raise the ceiling a bit. And while I was doing all that, a whole bunch of skeletons have accumulated in here. So I figured we'd end the episode by killing this batch, and then maybe doing an enchantment. And look at this, I've already gotten 2 pretty nice bows from this. Both of them are almost used up, but this one's enchanted. And skeletons will occasionally drop a bow. So that's pretty cool. So now I'm going to have basically an infinite supply of arrows. So no more being a melee unit. Alright, let's see. Okay, I'll just put this here. Alright, so I closed off the supply line. Now let's kill this batch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Now, unfortunately, some of them are wearing armor, so they might not quite be a one-hit kill. But occasionally they do drop the armor that they're wearing, so that's cool. Oh, got another bow. Sweet. Oh, we got some good experience to work with. Let's see what we can do. Alright guys, so we got 17 levels right now, so I thought we'd make a better pickaxe with that. So let's see. You always want to put the one with more enchantments first. So for 13 levels we can make this pickaxe from Unbreaking 1 Efficiency 2 to Unbreaking 1 Efficiency 3. So that's pretty cool. Actually, I'm going to leave this anvil here. Okay, so I'm going to go do some more enchantments, really clean up this area, make it look nicer. As you can see, I've already started raising the ceiling quite a bit, so that'll be cool. And then next episode, we're going to start farming some cows because I desperately need leather for books. So, yeah. Peace out, y'all.